Hey y'all, it's DJ Kitty.
And Miss Morningstar.
And you are tuned into Our Plugs, a community connection, where culture, commerce, and community come together on one powerful platform.
Absolutely. This is a show that connects Black and minority-owned businesses, nonprofit organizations, entrepreneurs, community leaders, and change makers all in one place. We don't just talk, we build, we uplift, and we plug you into the resources that help our community grow.
Yep. From business ownership and financial empowerment to mental health, education, arts, culture, and justice. This is a space where real conversations meet real solutions.
I know that's right. So wherever you're listening, whether it's from home, at work, or on the move, stay locked in because you're officially plugged into Our Plugs, the community connection.
Now let's get into today's show.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Thursday. Welcome into Our Plus Community Connection. I am your co-host, Ms. Morningstar. DJ Kitty will be joining us shortly. She is just getting back from traveling. She's trying to get settled in, but she will be hopping on. So y'all will get DJ Kitty today. So just let's get started. I hope everybody is having a wonderful morning. As always, you know our rule of thumb: make sure you drink your 16 ounces of water, taking your medication, and had you some breakfast. You know, got to get that breakfast in. Got to get you some coffee or water, juice, whatever floats your boat. Definitely the water is a must, though. You got to get that water in and get your day started. It is Thursday for you all. So welcome to Thursday. One more day, and then you will be having your weekend. Y'all know I love the weekend. You know what we do on the weekends, baby. Either we gonna relax, or we gonna be busy, or we gonna just get out and enjoy ourselves. And it all depends on that weather too. We gonna touch on that a little bit about the weather. How's the weather doing? But I'm glad you all joined us this morning. As always, it's our pleasure to have you here. And we are going to have a wonderful show today. Today is Political Tea with DJ and the Real DeeJay, of course. And we have a special guest, Scott Colom. I hope I'm saying his name right. It's either Colom or Colom. I'll make sure. He is running for Mississippi Senate. Yes, Mississippi Senate. So it is going to be an amazing show. We are in voting season. So we have to push this narrative, y'all, because if y'all saw what we saw the other night with y'all president, it's crucial. Okay, now I'm just leave it there. It's crucial. we gotta get busy out here. So let's get started with our morning affirmations. You know how we do. We always got to put some positivity in the air before we get started. It is a must, and you're going to get that from me, of course. They call me the affirmation queen. I don't know why, y'all, but I love affirmations, so that's probably why. But we are going to get started. We are going to talk about Black history, of course, because it's still February again, and we are Blackity Black 365 days of the year, always, forever, can't wipe it off. However, during February, it is the month that we represent hard, and we talk about all our creative inventions and accomplishments and all the things that are just surrounded by the pure love of being a melanated Black person, which we love to be. So let's talk about the language, how language is power. We have the ability to affirm, challenge, and inspire people through language. And many of you know we had plenty of tether of instrumental strong voices in the community, leaders. We just lost a leader in the community. Rest in peace, Reverend Jesse Jackson. But I have some quotes that I want to read, just a few, and you might have heard them before, maybe not, but hey, it was by some powerful leaders. It's some good affirmations, and we're gonna get into it. So let's start with number one. I don't have any time to stay up all night worrying about what someone who doesn't love me has to say about me. That was Viola Davis. She's an actress. I am the greatest. I said that even before I was. Who is that, y'all? Muhammad Ali. We must love each other and support each other. We have nothing to lose but our chains. That was Asta Shakur, an activist. Asha Shakur. Let's see, the next one. You get in life what you have the courage to ask for. Oprah Winfrey. Host, producer, author, philanthropist. How do we devise ourselves from what we need to make ourselves extraordinary? Kathleen Collins, poet, writer, filmmaker, civil rights activist. I need to see my own beauty and to continue to be reminded that I am enough, that I am worthy of love without effort, that I am beautiful, that the texture of my hair and that the shape of my curves and the size of my lips, the color of my skin, and the feeling that I have are all worthy and okay. Tracy Ellis Ross. She is an actress, singer, and also the daughter of Diana Ross. You've got to learn to leave the table when love no longer is being served. Nina Simone, singer-songwriter. Even if it makes others uncomfortable, I will love who I am. Janelle Monáe, she's a singer-songwriter and actress. So those are your affirmations this morning. Do with them as you please, but please do with them good. Use them. Those are some encouraging words by some leaders within our community, and I hope it helps someone today on this wonderful, beautiful Thursday. All right, moving forward. Let's get into, before we get into the weather, we like to do a Black History fact, okay? So I came across this. This is a fun fact, and it's uplifting. It's about hair, Hair, hair. The afro became a global symbol of Black pride and empowerment during the 1960s and 70s. As part of the Black Power and Civil Rights Movement, activists and everyday Black people began to wear their natural hair in afros to celebrate African heritage and reject Eurocentric beauty standards. It wasn't just a style, it was a statement of identity, resistance, and self-love. A few more cool hair-related gems. Annie Turnbull Malone, one of the first Black millionaire entrepreneurs, built a massive hair care empire before Madam C.J. Walker. See, I didn't even know that. And even trained her. Madam C.J. Walker not only created hair care products, but also open beauty schools and empowered thousands of Black women to become financially independent through cosmetology. Traditional African hairstyles like braids, twists, locks, bantu knots dated back thousands of years and often signified tribe, age, marital status, wealth, and social position. So, don't we always talk about how history repeats itself? Look what we do now. In the last, I want to say, about 15, 20 years, a lot of us ladies have decided to go back natural and start wearing our natural hair. So, it's a sense of empowerment. It's a sense of, like they said, it was a celebration of our Afro heritage. So this was really a cool article, and I hope it helps people, be more accepting of your natural hair. It's beautiful. I mean, we can do different things with our hair. We can do natural. We can do it. We have those options. So that is one of your Black History fun facts. So let's get into the weather. Let's get into the weather. I know I read something in TikTok. I call it Toxic. My friend Darian called it that. But Holly Springs, Mississippi. So today, Thursday, the 26th, your weather will be 67 degrees with a little bit of rain. Rain showers early with an overcast sky late in the day. High 67 with northwest wind 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chance of rain. Hey, there she go. Hey, Kitty. Welcome back.
Hey, everybody.
Welcome back. We're just getting into this weather, so you're right on time.
Okay.
At night, guys, it's going to be a little chilly. So it's going to be 43. And, I'm cold at 43. Y'all may not be as cold as me, but I'm going to say I'm cold. So turn the heat on. But maybe not. It's up to y'all. But it's going to be 43. So not too bad. A little rain. The grass probably can use it. I know we can use some rain here in Houston because my grass is dry and brittle. Memphis, Tennessee. Your high today will be 65 with a slight chance of rain showers. High around 65. Winds northeast 5 to 10 miles per hour. And at night, you're going to drop down to 43 as well. So again, it'll be a little chilly. So make sure you bundle up at night when you sleep. And some people love sleeping in that kind of weather. It helps. So enjoy that. Let's get into hot Houston. 82 degrees. Told y'all winter over. Mostly cloudy skies. High 82. Southwest winds. It's going to be partially sunny. With the southwest winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. At night, it'll be about 66 degrees, cloudy skies, fog developing overnight, winds about 5 to 10 miles per hour. So a pretty pleasant day in Houston. Pretty nice. Not too bad. 82 degrees. I'll take it. What about you, Kitty? You take 82?
Absolutely. I will take 82 degrees any day of the week.
Yeah. Welcome back.
Yes, it's good to be back.
I missed you. You've been gone for like two weeks.
No, I have not. I've been gone for several days, but I had to have business.
When I don't have my partner with me, I feel like it's been 2 weeks. So one day equal 2 weeks.
All right, I'm gonna take that. So I'm gonna say this. Good morning, Holly Springs, Mississippi. Good morning, Memphis, Tennessee. I have missed you guys. DeeJay Kitty has been out and about. I've been to Phoenix. I've been to Tucson. I've been to Scottsdale. I have been to Arlington, Dallas, Fort Worth. I have been on the road, and it's good to be home. I am still not home. I'm almost there. I had to get on the show because we have a special guest tonight. Not only do we have our commentators, DeeJay and the real DeeJay, our political tea with our family, our brother and sister, we have a special guest. His name is Scott Colom, and he is running for Senate in Mississippi. So, of course, DeeJay had to be here. And I know baby girl, little sis, was holding it down, as she always does. You look good in red. Look at you.
They do tell me that's my color.
That is your color. It is your color. But thank you for holding it down. Thank you, team, for being the team. You guys have done an excellent job. I have listened in as much as I could, and I'm Mama Bear. I'm letting you guys go, and you guys are doing excellent. I can't be too far. Can't be too far. So where are we? Are we doing news that you can use?
We are going to lead up to news you can use. I mean, if you want to go ahead and bring them up before we take a break, we can go ahead and bring our team up. I didn't want to go into too much news because I know that sometimes we bump heads on the news. So I figured, we got the squad and we gonna just talk about it. So I can bring DeeJay. You want me to bring DeeJay and DeeJay up?
Well, before we bring them up, quick question. It is still February. Did we give anybody our Black History facts for
I
today?
did do a Black History
Oh,
fact. You
good,
got
good.
something else you want to share? Because
Uh-uh.
I talked about our hair. Actually, it was a fun fact about
Okay,
our natural hair. It was pretty cool, an article I found.
I can dig it. So no, ma'am. You go ahead, Miss Morningstar. Y'all see how Miss Morningstar is handling business, even
Oh,
though, you know,
what she thought.
I'm still Mama Bear. So
I
yes. Let's bring up our brother and sister, and go ahead and get into a couple stories. We got a few minutes before we go to commercial and bring up Scott. Well,
hey,
good morning, DJ. Good morning, the real Duce Poppy. Hello, hello.
good
Good
morning.
morning.
Hey,
Good
how's it
morning.
going?
Going well, going well. It's good to be home. Good to be home.
I
That's
know it
the thing.
is.
I'm sure.
Yes, been running. So we're gonna jump into some news that you can use. So you guys know I have been in conferences. I have been working. So y'all tell me what in the world has been going on. I
Ooh.
know the man with the black hands who did the state of the.
Girl, instead of delusion,
Man,
Oh,
hey, listen.
go
He went
ahead.
and got his hands done. Y'all see them hands on that podium last night? He
was
went and
he
got
showing?
his hands. He went and got his hands done.
No, he wasn't showing it off.
Like, hey, like
Yes.
women get their hair done. He went and got his hands
Oh,
done.
I'm so sick of him. Mm-mm. I
So,
Yes.
yeah. And real quick before we get into that, Miss Morningstar, I did not know until I was older the history behind cornrows. I know you were talking about hair earlier in
yeah.
Black History. But yeah, that State of the Union, it was painful to watch. We were literally broadcasting it for a while and we just
We
said
did a
no
few
more.
minutes. Yeah, we did a few minutes. But
Bless
we started out with the Midas touch and hung out with them for a little while and decided to go see peep in on Donnie and his crew. And of course, there's always those regrets because it's just like you have to be willing to agree to sit there to listen to lies. And I wasn't willing to. I
you.
wasn't.
It was painful.
So you watched it all real?
We
What's up?
watched some
What are you
of it.
saying?
And then, we were live. I was kind of looking at what was going on in the background while we on my computer while we were live. And yeah.
I
I see he
was
acknowledged
in and out.
everybody but those Epstein victims.
Hmm.
I was
Well,
in and out because different creators had it playing, and I pop in and he just be in the middle of line, and I just pop out because like y'all, don't nobody want to hear that. We all know that
Exactly.
show.
I definitely don't want to hear it. And I'm glad I did not hear it. But I will read to you what I did read. Now, our sister, Miss Jack, she had posted something, and I'm just going to read it to y'all. And y'all tell me from this, because y'all know me and Frumpy. I'm waiting on that final blink, so I don't listen to him at all. But I'm going to say this. He said from his lips, I am allowed to cut off any and all trade.
Hmm.
I can destroy the trade. I can destroy the country. I'm even allowed to impose a foreign country destroying embargo. I can do anything I can do to them. I'm allowed to destroy the country, but I can't charge a little fee. If y'all
Yeah.
don't go in there and pull this man up on out of there, what are we
They're
going to
going
do?
It's
to. I think they're going to eventually. We're there now. The fact that he did not even acknowledge those victims once again in the State of the Union kind of got the Dems a little more pissed off. Oops, madder
You
than they
say?
used to be. Okay, that
Yeah.
madder than they were. Excuse me for that. But yeah, now they're going as far as to calling it what it is. Here's the proof. He's a pedo, and here's the documentation along with the witness and the victim that tells you just that. So just today, I started seeing more often than ever before them actually calling him out for what he is.
Good.
Yes.
right.
You know,
Um,
it doesn't surprise me. Go ahead, Real.
right. If you never heard the term king baby syndrome, please look it up. That is why he makes those types of foolish statements that he makes. And for some reason, I keep telling people he thinks he is not going to leave that office. We're gonna
Yeah.
have to show him better than we can tell him.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
can't even
mean,
wait for it.
I'm not surprised that he thinks he's not going to leave the office. I'm not surprised that he thinks he's not, but that final blink doesn't wait on anybody. And
Right.
Exactly.
I have my dress picked out.
And he
Exactly.
said last night this should be his third term. Well, stop playing in my face.
No,
I
playing in
just
our faces is him calling C-SPAN to act like he's
Oh,
John
John
Barrett.
Barrett.
John Barron again, huh?
yes.
And you heard me say again because
Right.
he's known to do this same name back in the day.
Right.
Listen, but they have that T pain device. What is it called?
Auto tune.
Dang. Could
He
he
wanted
not just
he's
Elon is his
stupid.
best friend. Why he don't have an auto tuner?
He is stupid. And when stupid
Girl
does what it
holler.
is, and stupid does. Okay. He
Right.
got on there with his own regular weird voice. Like we weren't supposed to know who he was. Like he tripped.
I
Right.
Like
hollered.
that's how you
Well,
know it's real, something really wrong up in there. Like what?
He forgot he had
well,
dementia. He forgot.
well, well, he's smart as you know what when he wants to be though.
Mm-hmm.
Because now we're finding out, those unreleased Epstein files. Those are the files that deals with all of him and his dirt,
Mm,
and that's why we are not seeing those yet. So,
mm.
I guess maybe they're gonna have to go to court and try to get them forced
Well, the
released.
Dems, right, but Keith, the Dems right now, they're pushing what pieces they have that's unredacted that includes him directly. They're pushing it out there as we
Yeah,
speak. So
yeah,
they're refusing to allow this to die down as they should.
Absolutely.
right.
Guys, this is ridiculous.
It
This
really
is
is.
this is just totally unbelievable. And what's more unbelievable is the way that we have, and I'm talking about mankind, those who want that, fight for democracy. I don't know what it is that we're waiting on. Is it that we're just not as criminal as they are, so we don't know how to start? Are we not just that evil as they are, and we don't know how to start? We have to remember what we're looking at aren't humans. Those are monsters.
At the end of the day, we have a process, and our process is voting. And I want to talk about Texas really quick before we go to break. Texas is showing up and showing out, showing
Mm.
up and showing out.
Yes,
We
they
are
are.
up 1 million. Last I checked, it was 1.5 or 1.2 million votes more. We are up more votes right now in day 8 or 9 of early voting than we have ever been in the 2020 or 2024 elections.
Mm-hmm.
We are
So,
up with more voters. We are outvoting them. Democrats are outvoting the Republicans. People are going out to vote. Two more things before we go to break. Tarrant County has never been blue. Tarrant County is as of now, it's blue. Harris County has typically been blue.
Mm-hmm.
I predict that we are going to see that blue tsunami we've been waiting for. We're going to see it because people are tired and people are fed up. I just came from up north. I came from Dallas, Fort Worth, Arlington. Uh, Trump, he's not doing too well. And those are typically Republican areas. Go ahead and pull me up on TikTok. Let's go ahead and take a quick commercial break, and then we can bring up Scott. You are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. We will be right back after this quick commercial break.
Advertising with
Oh, you doing it?
We're both doing it at the same time.
Go ahead, Kitty.
We'll be right back after this quick commercial break. I got it, Ms. Morningstar.
advertising with our plugs. The community connection opens doors to a whole new ballgame. Radio advertising is affordable, powerful, and puts your business directly in front of the people who want to support you. Plus, customers can easily find and connect with you anytime through our online directory. If you're ready to grow your brand, expand your reach, and stay connected to the community, sign up today. Visit ourplugs.com and register now. That's ourplugs.com. Plug into your community.
Carter's Caring Hands is here to serve the communities here in Kalamazoo, Grand Rapids, Battle Creek, as well as Southfield, Michigan. We also go out into the unhoused community, serve the community with care bags. Low-income families, our senior citizens, and our veterans with fresh food baskets each and every day, because no one should choose medication over food. We are here to serve you. Your community is our community, and our community is one community. From our hands to your hands.
Hi, everyone. I'm Mara Keller, retired Army Lieutenant Colonel and candidate for Congress in Georgia's 3rd District. Now, I'm running because too many decisions in Washington are being made without listening to the people that they affect, whether it's public safety, veterans care, education, or protecting our constitutional rights. These aren't partisan issues. If you believe our government should work for everyday Americans and not special interests, I invite you to stand with us. Your donations help keep this grassroots campaign people-powered. Every donation fuels our voter outreach, ads, and our shared fight for a better Georgia. Visit marakeller.com to donate today. Let's finally serve the people who send us to Washington. And a huge thanks to DeeJay Kitty Cat 50 for the energy and the spotlight. Let's keep pushing.
And we are back. You are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. Let's go ahead and bring Scott up and get ready to ask him a few questions. I know that he's on a tight schedule, so I don't want to hold him too long. Go ahead and bring up Scott, Miss Morningstar, if you would, please. Well, good morning, Scott. How are you? Welcome to the show. Welcome to WKRA 92.7 The Change, Our Plugs, the Community Connection. I am DeeJay Kitty. I've got my girl, my sister, Miss Morningstar. I've got my brother, Real Douce Poppy, and then my other sister, DeeJay. And this is Scott Colom. He is running for Senate. So, Scott.
Good morning, Scott.
Good morning, everybody. Listen, thank y'all so much for having me. It's an honor to be on. I'm excited to share why Mississippi matters this election year and why we're going to win the U.S. Senate in Mississippi and make a big difference.
Yes, we're looking forward to it. I think I saw you on a TikTok one day, and I did my research, and I said, okay, I see what you're talking about, and I think that the listeners out in Holly Springs who can vote for you, they may need to hear what you're about and what you have for them and what you're doing for the community. So I'm going to start off with a quick question for you, if you don't mind, because I know that your time is limited, but I wanted to talk about, number one, healthcare and rising costs.
Right.
So Mississippi faces increasing health insurance premiums and fragile healthcare systems, including potential cuts to Medicaid and the end of enhanced federal subsidies that could leave many residents uninsured and strain rural hospitals. How would you work in the U.S. Senate to protect affordable health care and coverage for Mississippians and support rural hospitals that are struggling to stay open?
Well, first I want to say that our current United States Senator, Cindy High Price Smith, that's what I call her, high prices, has totally betrayed us when it comes to healthcare costs. You know, I'm currently the district attorney for my area of the state. I'm in my 3rd term. And I understand from the people in my community how important it is to have affordable health care. That's really a basic human right. If you can't have access to health care, then you really are going to struggle. And what motivated me to run, the final straw, was when she cut taxes for people making $600,000 a year. Now, the reality is we know there are very, very few people in Mississippi that make $600,000 a year. Those millionaires and billionaires live outside our state. And she cut their taxes by cutting the health care of 140,000 Mississippians. Those are people in Marshall County that we see at the grocery store, that people that we go to church with. They're hardworking Mississippians that are not going to have access to health care because Cindy Hyde Smith betrayed them. But it got worse. I mean, as you point out in your question, since then, after she cut health care for 140,000 Mississippians, she voted to take away federal support for people that are on the Affordable Care Act. For the last couple of years, since 2020, people that get health care from the exchange, they've been getting more federal support. That disproportionately helps working Mississippians. The Republican insurance commissioner projects that because Cindy Hyde Smith voted for those subsidies to go away, at least 200,000 Mississippians are likely to drop off health care.
Wow.
And prices are going to go up at least 300%. So what that tells us is that people that we know, we love, people that we care about Mississippi, they're not going to stop getting sick. They're not going to stop getting sick. They're just not going to have health care. And because they don't have health care, they're going to delay going to the hospital. When they finally do have to go to the hospital, unfortunately, a lot of them will not be able to pay for the care, which means the hospitals are going to get uncompensated care. So even if you have health insurance, your hospitals are going to lose the services that they're able to provide people with insurance because Cindy Hyde Price Smith betrayed them. So, to answer your question directly, the first thing I'm going to do as the next United States Senator for the state of Mississippi, with the help of the good people from all 82 counties, is I am going to cancel those healthcare cuts, and I'm going to save our healthcare, and I'm going to save our hospitals. We have to have a United States senator that puts Mississippi healthcare where Mississippi healthcare matters more than anything else.
I agree. Any questions, Real?
Yeah. So I guess my question, aside from the healthcare, how would you handle when you get elected this corruption we're seeing in DC?
Yeah, I mean, there's Cindy Hyde Price Smith. She's the number one culprit, right? I mean, her Republican opponent has pointed out that for the last 2 years, she has been using campaign finance funds. So lobbyists and big corporations and PACs give her money, and what she does with that money, she goes to Las Vegas and gets a corporate vacation. I mean, and this is not me saying this. This is her Republican opponent pointing out that she's basically getting corporate vacations with taxpayer money. She also was in committee. There was a vote to ban insider trading for people in Congress. She was the deciding vote to not let that bill come up. So there's a couple of things that I can commit to the voters in Mississippi that have been so good to me and my family. One, I absolutely am going to support a ban on insider trading. It is totally corrupt that a person who has access to information because of being a public servant will use that to enrich themselves. That's shameful. And so I will absolutely support that. The second thing is I will be completely transparent about where my income comes from and who donates to my campaign. Because we can't have big corporations, corporate lobbyists controlling the people who are supposed to be representing us. And so that's my second commitment, transparency. It's very, very important because we're not going to get people to believe in our system again and believe in our leaders if they don't commit to actually putting public service above profiteering our politics.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Does that answer your question, Real?
It does. I got one more real
Yeah,
quick.
let's go. I love it. Let's go. I got plenty of time.
So I heard you mention big corporations. I didn't hear you say anything about AIPAC. What is your stance on AIPAC?
Well, if you look this up, because people ask me about this, and I say voters should do their research, because if you look at AIPAC and who they're supporting this campaign, they're the biggest supporter of Cindy Hyde Price Smith. I mean, there's an article in the Magnolia Tribune where they talk about how much money she's been getting from AIPAC. That's the vast majority of her campaign finances. And so for me, I want my campaign to be people power. I want low dollar Mississippians, people that, that care about their community, care about Mississippi First leadership. I want them to be the people that support this campaign. I'm proud to have gotten contributions from all 82 counties in Mississippi. And I'm proud to have raised a record amount of money because it is hard work. The reality is, I wish that raising money wasn't so important in politics, but the reality is you can't get your message out if you're not able to raise money to reach voters who are busy. And the other thing that I'm very proud about is, Cindy Highsmith has not done a town hall in Mississippi in the entire time she's been in the United States Senate. Not one time has she opened herself up to the public and allowed them to come ask her questions, find out what matters to them. She had done that in 8 years. Now think about that from an analogy of an employer. Like, what employee could go 8 years without doing an interview with their employer, without having to do a sit down? I mean, if an employer was told by the employee, listen, I don't have to answer your question. I'm not gonna listen to you. I don't have to tell you about what I think or what I'm doing. That employer would fire that employee. Well, that's what Cindy High Price Smith has been doing. She has been totally, ignoring the her employers, the Mississippi voters. And that's why my campaign is the total opposite. If you go to my social media, I'm all across the state, the Gulf Coast, to the Mississippi Delta, Northeast Mississippi, DeSoto County. I'm all over the state, and I'm constantly listening to voters. Too many of our leaders talk first, listen second. I listen first, talk second. I want to know what matters to voters because those are the people that have to be in the driver's seat for effective leadership.
Absolutely.
Fair enough.
Yes, fair enough. Let's go to DeeJay. DeeJay.
He knows that's my question. He knows that's my APAC question, okay? But it's good to hear that, you were able to speak on that because a lot of us out here, we're not going with the APAC candidates anymore. So I think, I don't have a question, but I think I just want to make a comment or a statement or two. I just want to let you know as a candidate, some of the things that people are looking for in a candidate, okay? In a winner, all right? Affordability, 1,000,000,000% has to be addressed. And I mean, affordability, addressing that hits from all over the angle, both ends of the aisle. It's not a blue, red, black, white, straight, gay, none of that. It's right there. It includes everyone. Affordability must be addressed. And how can we possibly get back to being able to afford our lives again?
Yeah.
I think that health care.
I'm sorry. No, I thought you were done.
That's all right. That's all right. I get long-winded sometimes.
It's okay.
Health care, a must. We got to figure out a way. And I would like to hear that from more of the candidates. We understand and that it is important to point out those who put us in this position. Their names need to be dropped as many times as you just did to let people know this wasn't a good go for because look where we are now. But I also want to hear, how do you guys anticipate getting us back into a better position? Now, we do understand that you don't want to go too far with it because if you win, they're going to say, well, he said he was going to be able to do this. Not understanding that you can only bring it to the floor and it has to be voted on and moved from there. I got to all the time explain to people when they said, well, they didn't do what they said they were going to do. No, they took it to the floor like they said they were. It just didn't pass. All right, two different things. But I think that it's important that, those things be addressed to how we can go back to finding something similar to our old lives because we understand that the old lives are gone.
Yeah.
Okay, we can't go back there because if we go back there, we can end up here again. So we don't want to go back there. We need a ladder that takes us above that and beyond. We understand that it's going to take a long time to get us there. And so I love to preach to my family and friends. You got to be patient. We can't put somebody in a position and then when they don't do what we want them to do immediately, then they're no good for us. And we start to speak against, we're not going to do that this time around. This time around, we're going to find a way to stick together. But we need you guys to stick together too. And we need you to be the glue. We're willing to be the pieces that you need to move with, but we need you guys to be the glue. So I just want to say, I wish I could vote for you, but I don't even live out there. But I think you're going to do great. I did look into a little bit of what you stand for, and I'm in agreement. So I think you're going to do an amazing job. Stay away from APAC because we ain't going for APAC.
Yeah, I've got
And
no money.
guys, find this gentleman on Act Blue and donate. It's the grassroots. We want change.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, we got to put a little bit in the pot to get the change.
absolutely.
And I will say that, I've been blessed. I've had a lot of different people who don't typically give to political campaigns donate to my campaign because I am trying to inspire them. I'm a younger candidate to be running for the United States Senate. That's one thing we gotta bring some young voices to our politics. But I also want to point out about affordability because you're absolutely right. When I ask voters what matters to them, that's typically raising wages and lowering costs are absolutely what I hear the most. And the chaos from the tariff policy is what driving up the cost of living in Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, our senator has totally given away her voice when it comes to tariffs. It's causing chaos. It's causing prices to go up. And so low tariffs are going to cause low prices. And so that's very important to me that we get prices down. And you're right about healthcare as well. We have to deliver. But I do think that the point, there's a lot of frustration in not delivering for voters. And I feel that in rural Mississippi. I mean, I think that too often there are a lot of rural places in our country that are ignored, not just from Republicans, from national Democrats too. Not all of them, but too many ignore them. And there's a lot of frustration by that. So this time we have to pay attention to the rural Democrats running. We have to support their campaigns. And when they get in office, we have to deliver for voters. We have to. If we do not deliver, as you said, patience are going to last but so long. And so I'm very rooted in the community. I'm a listener. And when with the blessing from God and from the help of the voters across Mississippi, when we're blessed to be elected, we are going to do everything we can to deliver as fast as we can because that is the only way we're going to show the country that Mississippi matters.
Right. Yes. Have you ever heard of Panther Burn, Mississippi?
I have not. No, ma'am.
Okay. It's a very tiny dot on the map. It's just a little teeny tiny, but we have a guy that hangs out in our live from Panther Burns, Mississippi. And I think population, what, Keith, 200, maybe? Not even that?
185.
Okay. That 185. So I wonder who caters to that. And I'm going to ask that gentleman that. Yeah. Who's running in his district? I guess it is a district, even with 185 people.
Yeah, I got all 82 counties. If you live in Mississippi, you can vote March 10th. Scott Colom for United States Senate. That's the primary, and then the general election will be November 3rd. So we need record turnout. This is a very important election, as you all been pointing out. Your comments, I was listening to it before I got on. You all were talking about why this is so important and why we have to have representation that puts the needs of the working people first.
Absolutely. Miss Morningstar, go ahead and come off mute. And I know you've got a question. Sitting there pretty in red. Go ahead and let's hear from Miss Morningstar.
Absolutely. So thank you for joining us today. You really like brightening us up, getting us ready, getting us amped up. And I'm sure our Mississippi Holly Springs listeners are excited about getting out
of Holly Springs.
All right. Got out. So education and workforce development.
Yeah.
Mississippi's education system faces funding disparities and workforce development challenges that impact long-term economic success. How would you address federal support for public education and job training initiatives that help prepare Mississippians for the jobs of tomorrow?
That's such a great question. I have two daughters, 7 and 9, Lucy and Maddie, and they're in public schools. And so nobody has to convince me how hard our teachers are working. I mean, I drop my kid off, 25 kids in the class, one teacher, and it's hard enough for me to handle two. I can't imagine handling 25 and having a teacher. So our teachers, Lord knows, they are working their tails off. They're so important. So one of our proposals is no income tax for teachers, because the federal government does not provide any direct payments to teachers. And so if we're not going to provide any money to teachers, we definitely don't need to be taxing them. So teachers making under $75,000 a year, which disproportionately helps teachers in Mississippi, they would automatically get a 15%, basically a raise, because they would not have to pay income taxes, federal income taxes. So that's one thing that is very important to me, because we have to make sure our teachers understand that they're how important they are to us, and you do that through compensation. And so that's one thing. The second thing, when you talk about workforce development and making sure we deal with disparities from the federal side, there needs to be more checks and balances when it comes to federal money coming to places like Mississippi. There were, you all probably know, they were talking about in Minnesota, there was, I guess, some allegations that Somalians were stealing welfare money. Well, in Mississippi, we had a welfare scandal. Brett Favre was accused
Get into it.
of welfare money. $5 million of speeches he didn't give. Wrestlers, I mean, tens of millions of federal dollars were stolen from hardworking Mississippians. And that didn't get the national coverage it deserved, which was shameful. But that was an awful example of federal dollars coming to Mississippi and it being stolen from working people. So we have to have more, we need to make sure that money goes directly to people and not give these agencies the ability to give it to their buddies. And that comes with workforce development. You can have federal money go to workforce development, but if you have leaders that are more concerned about giving the money to their buddies than actually giving it to the communities that need the workforce development, you don't make the difference that you need. And so that's what I would do from the federal side. And that comes from real life experience with Mississippi people. And what they tell me is too often they feel like the federal money is in the wind, but it never reaches the ground. It never reaches the hands of the people that need it. And so my point of view is, let's get it into the hands of the people that need it and take out the middleman that's deciding who is worthy.
Absolutely. Very well said. I agree with that 1,000%. Our teachers are valuable. They are teaching the next generation, and how dare we not make sure that they have everything that they need. What happened to family values and children first and all that? They preach about it, but every time we turn around, the kids are getting the short end of the stick. We don't even want to pay the teachers. It's ridiculous.
It's long overdue. Teachers have been treated so, they have been underpaid for
so long.
Long, but they continue to show up for our kids, and
that's why they
deserve it. Exactly.
It's ridiculous, but I'm glad to see you here, Scott. I'm glad to hear you with your plans, and I wish I could vote for you, but I'm hoping that the folks out there in Holly Springs, Mississippi, and those who we reach, please, if you got the capability and the ability, please vote for Scott. We need to make some serious changes. We don't have time to sit back and deal with these people who have their hand out and are getting paid by the man with the black hands and his team of Decepticons. We're done with that.
Right.
It's time to put some work in it, and it's time for us, meaning us, to work. We got to take a quick commercial break, but Scott, let me ask you, can you stick around for a little while longer? We got a few more questions.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so I'm gonna try this one more time. You are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
You're locked in to WKRA 92.7, the voice of the community. And listen, 2026 is all about showing up and shining. That is why we rock with Morningstar Boutique by Tam, where fashion meets confidence, purpose, and style. From everyday chic to head-turning statement pieces to some fly arm candy, Morningstar has it all. And while you're shopping, tap into the community. Discover Black-owned and minority-owned businesses at ourplugs.com. Also, check out Morningstar Boutique by Tam.com, where your light owns your style.
This is Transformation Training Academy. If you're someone that people walk up to and just talk to and tell all their business to and they don't know you, this is your sign. If you're ready to level up, Transformation Training Academy is ready for you. Coach Nikki and Counselor Nikki push you past your limits into your purpose. We help you break patterns, build confidence, and create real change. Your breakthrough isn't someday, it's today. Contact us at info@thetransformationtrainingacademy.com.
At Lovership Apparel, we believe what you wear should remind you of who you are. This is where love meets style. From our signature beautiful hoodies created to remind you to show up as your full authentic self, to our bold her shirts designed for women who know their worth and wear it proudly. Lovership Apparel is more than clothing, it's a movement. Our comfortable confidence-boosting leggings move with you, while our statement backpacks carry your essentials and your purpose wherever life takes you. Every piece is intentionally designed to inspire self-love, confidence, and authenticity, because you deserve to wear something that speaks life into you. Whether you're stepping out, showing up, or standing firm in who you are, Lovership Apparel is made for you. Visit lovershipapparel.com and wear the reminder, be you to the fullest.
Welcome to Compassion Counseling and Training Services, LLC, where healing takes flight. I am Nicole Wiley, licensed independent clinical social worker, and we empower children, individuals, families, and couples through individualized therapy via telehealth. Using evidence-based approaches like CBT and mindfulness, we help clients build resilience and rediscover their wings. If you're ready to begin your journey, visit CompassionCounselingandTrainingServices.com.
And we are back. You are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. Okay, so we left off speaking about teachers. Let's get into broadband and infrastructure.
Yeah.
So access to reliable broadband remains a significant barrier in many rural parts of Mississippi, affecting education, healthcare access, and economic opportunity. What actions would you take in the Senate to ensure expanded broadband, improved infrastructure, and rural connectivity across the state?
That's such a great question. I mean, we all know broadband is now the new electricity. I mean, it's as essential to the growth of a community, the ability for students to learn can't happen without access to the internet. It's access to the world. And so it's got to be a priority from federal resources. So my goal would be to bring federal resources to make sure every household, every community has access to reliable internet. Now, I can't help but point out that Cindy High-Price Smith voted against the infrastructure package that's being used to bring rural internet to Mississippi. And that's such an example of a betrayal to Mississippi families and Mississippi communities. You know, just think about that. Billions of dollars coming to your state to build roads and bridges, internet, access to, in the Gulf Coast, the money was used to bring the Amtrak to New Orleans, so people could travel to New Orleans for the weekend and not have to worry about driving. And she voted against all that money to come to the state of Mississippi. Now, she loves to show up at the ribbon cuttings, bragging about the money, not telling anybody that she voted against it. Just total hypocrisy. And she's upset because she finally got somebody that's calling her out on it. So, that's a great contrast between her and I. I understand that as a leader, I've got to put the needs of the community first, the needs of the people that are the students that are in rural parts of the state, making sure that they can do their homework, make sure teachers have access to the information technology they need to teach classes, make sure hospitals have access to the internet they need for technology. So much of our world is based on access to the internet. I would understand that has to matter. Mm-hmm. Cindy High-Price Smith totally betrayed us. That didn't matter enough to her. And so it's a great contrast.
I just have one more question, follow-up question. And this isn't really directed to you, Scott, but Cindy, where is the money? LaShandra, where's the money? Because if you're not putting it and using it towards Mississippi. What y'all doing with the money? I have questions. I really do. And there should be an audit. But that's a whole nother life. Go ahead, Real. You know me. I'll ask in his heartbeat. Where's the money, LaShandra? Where's it at? Go ahead, Real.
So, um, I almost lost my train of thought. Dog came in and he was trying to jump on me. Um, uh,
I like your hat.
thank you, sir.
You look like a
I
Mississippi with that hat.
So now, look, I try. I do what I can. So now, for me, what
Yeah.
I did want to say to you is right now, like in the red wall states, what we're seeing is nothing short of almost magical. Right now, voters in those red wall states have woken up. We're seeing it in Mississippi. We're seeing it in Louisiana. Hey, take
Texas.
this take Texas, take this wave, seize it, and ride it. Um, and that office that you keep saying, if the Lord blesses you, no. He's already blessed you with this office. Speak it into existence.
Yes, sir.
And last but not least, so I don't steal any of DJ's thunder, maybe she can remind you about ballot curing.
That's what I'm going to bring up next.
Okay, so I'm done.
Okay.
It has definitely
So
been a pleasure speaking to
listen,
you.
Larry, Linda,
Thank
Scott,
you.
we're
Yes, sir.
seeing videos all over the place where people are being forced to cast a provisional ballot.
Yeah.
I think that what we're missing, or what I'm missing at the end of each of these videos, is these people actually going back and saying that they cured their votes, or they will be curing their votes. And what a lot of people don't know is that these votes they have to be cured in most states. Maybe in some not, but in the majority of the states they have to. Well, a lot of the states, let's
Yeah.
go with that. A lot,
Yeah.
they have to be cured. Now, if you ask me and my thoughts of mind, I think that this is intentional. It's too many not to be intentional. Um, it was intentional the last time, so I can only assume that it will be again. So I would like to see our candidates and these high creators. I want them to start telling people to go back and cure their ballots, because they think that that's the end. They did that provisional and that's the end, and it's not.
Yeah. That's so important. And it goes back to another issue of why they're getting off the voter rolls is some of the circuit clerks are using the fact that people aren't showing up for jury duty as a justification to take them off the voter rolls. So that's another reason why showing up to jury duty is important, because there's been efforts to try to, you guys know about it, to try to federalize elections, get access to the voter rolls. That's not about protecting the vote. That's about attacking the vote.
Exactly.
And so you're right. People who do provisional ballots, even in Mississippi, they need to make sure that they follow up with their circuit clerk that it was actually counted. First of all, sometimes the error would even be wrong. So it shouldn't have been filed in a provisional, or they shouldn't have been given a provisional ballot. So they need to follow
We
up.
know that.
And
It's not an error. It was on purpose. I do not believe that them being told that they have to cast a provisional ballot was an error. I think that it's too many of them.
yeah. But we gotta, for me, I absolutely am tracking that and putting together a strategy about how to deal with it. And part of that is the circuit clerks. There's a lot of circuit clerks who can push back against these, pushing people off the voter rolls. There's election commissioners that can push back on it. We need to empower them, make sure that they are accountable to the voters and not to, federal efforts to undermine the vote. And
Yeah.
so
But
I
I agree, Scott. But how do you convince people who are seeing attorneys disappear, mothers disappear? We're seeing people inside their own party disappear. I mean, the call is constantly coming from inside their own house. So, I mean, how do you convince those who need to stand up when they see others who have done similar things all of a sudden are no longer with us?
I think we have to empower them. With my friend Real Doucet said, you got to look at the track record of successes we've had. You know, in Mississippi, and we've stood up against the attacks. And so, you know, you have to empower people that their vote can make a difference. We've got a track record of the vote making a difference. And Mississippi, what I like to tell people is we're not as red as people think. We've been cracking that glass. You know, our candidate for governor, our Democratic candidate for governor, Brandon President, he got within 3 points of winning, 27,000 votes. You know, we cracked the glass. We cracked the glass. Last year, we broke the supermajority in the state Senate. People thought we'd never be able to do that.
Well, listen, I will never tell anybody not to vote. I don't even want to talk to nobody that didn't. Okay, don't tell me you didn't because of X, Y, Z, because elemental P take it that way. I don't want to hear it.
Yep.
Because it's important that we all get out there.
Yep.
It's important that we make this too big to rig. And the only way that we're going to do that, each and every one of us must go out there and vote. What is it? Bluevote.com, Keith. What is it, Real? I can't hear you.
Yeah, he's on mute.
Bluevoterguide.org.
Okay, that's where you need to go, people. Bluevoterguide.org. Check your registration. Make sure. Listen, start doing it now.
Right.
Once a week. I go in there and check. Yeah, I'm still good. Check that information now. You can also go on there. Keep it to that, not the same place you can find the candidates that you can research.
So the candidates are on Blue Voter Guide. What you're asking for, DJ, is on vote.org or vote.gov or vote.com, if I'm not mistaken.
Blue Voter Guides. Go check out your candidates. Don't just say, oh, well, that's a dim, so I'm going for it.
Yes.
Because some of these dims are billionaires and millionaires, and they're still taking money from APAC.
Yes, they're accepting.
And we don't want that.
And they're actually in there for a reason. They're in there to take the votes away from Democrats.
Exactly.
And we're not doing that. I can name several people that I feel like, you know, all of a sudden Tallarico just jumped out of thin air, and Jasmine Crockett has been doing the work. Now all of a sudden we're supposed to accept Tallarico. No, we're not about to do that. And then you look at his record and the fact that he's taking money. Now, hey, I already cast my vote, and I'm going to continue to cast my vote. I'm not missing any elections, and I pray that everyone else does, because this is not for me. It's for my grandbabies.
Right, that part. And my great grands. Right, you're right. And as far as
Miss Morningstar, let me go ahead and get Miss Morningstar in here. Do you have any other questions, Miss Morningstar?
No, not questions, but I just want to say too that I hope that we are thinking forward as well when it comes to voting. Like, you guys have early voting coming up in Mississippi, so start planning ahead. Like, for our senior citizens, get buddy transportation so you can get them to the polls, get them there, you know, make sure they have all their identification, because they are trying so many different ways to suppress our vote. This is a repeat of history. Like, I just watched a video earlier today, and everything is repeating. I mean, the same language, the same verbiage, the same, it's just all repeating history. So I just want to tell people in the state of Mississippi, because Mississippi is family to us, because we are on the radio daily. Make sure you have a plan. Make sure you have all your documents. Check your voter registration and go in there, and don't just, if they tell you you're not registered, don't just walk out. No, you go in, you ask questions. Yeah, you put your documents in front of them and say, give me, I'm voting today. You don't give up. We have to fight. That when we fight, we win. Who said that?
Michelle Obama.
Yeah.
When we fight, we win.
Every single time. Every single
We
time.
cannot give up.
Right.
Listen,
We don't have
ladies and gentlemen, I saw our win today. I literally saw a young Black woman out today in the cold, pushing her baby around in a stroller, registering people to vote.
No, that's how you do it.
Good for her. That is
That's how
amazing.
you do it.
'Cause
Yes.
when we fight, we do win.
That's how you
It's
know.
known history. It's a
Yeah,
fact.
We
every
don't
single
have
time. We're going
Thank
to
y'all
fight
so
them
much for
at the
having me.
ballots. This is where we're going to win. We're
Yep.
going to go out there. First of all, we're going to support these candidates. It's time for the nursing home to be closed down. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, the geriatric crib has got to go right
It's
right
time
now.
for them to go sit
We
down
need
somewhere.
young minds, young thoughts,
Get the
young
young.
ideas. And
Yes.
the only way we're going to get that is we've got to support these candidates and get them into our house.
That's right.
Okay.
That's
And
right.
we got to take that trash out. The trash got to go out.
Absolutely. So
Listen, I
Scott,
gotta go, y'all. Thank y'all so much for having me. It's been a
absolutely.
blessing.
It's
Scott,
nice
when
meeting
is
you. Good
early
luck
voting?
to you.
Definitely.
When
Appreciate
is
y'all.
early voting for Mississippi?
So we actually do not have no excuse early voting in Mississippi. We're the only state that doesn't have that. We have absentee voting for people over 65,
Mm-hmm.
and you can vote absentee if you are going to be out of town on out of county on election day, or if you have to
Wow.
vote out of county on election day. So that's one thing I want to do when we win the United States Senate. We're going to have, we need to really make sure we have across the board early voting in every state.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
We have, automatic registration, make sure people can register easily. We need to do a lot of stuff to make sure people have access to the ballot. But yeah, I'm very proud to be on. Thank y'all so much for having me.
Absolutely. I will be in touch. I will
When
be
we
in
Thank you so
touch.
much.
win,
And good
I'll
luck
come
in
back
your
on.
Right.
I'll be
Absolutely.
donating. I'll be donating.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so
Thank
much.
you
I
so
appreciate
much.
that. God bless.
Appreciate you,
Take
Scott.
care.
What a great candidate. I really hope he gets
Yes.
out there and knocks on doors and gets what he needs in order to get to the Senate. We need that, like you said, DeeJay. We need that young blood to come
Please
in.
get these old folks.
Geezers.
It's time.
It's
Go
time.
ahead and retire. I have not seen so many people who ain't ready to retire. Baby, when it's
I'm ready to retire right now.
I'm retiring. Okay.
Hello.
I guess you don't retire, but I was gonna say they could get paid for not doing nothing, but don't they still get paid once they retire?
Yes.
Yes, they
They
get
have a
paid.
So why the
pension.
heck? About to
They
say,
get their
Well,
if I'm not mistaken, they
they
get
get their
their
full
full
They
salary.
get
salary.
a
what the?
Full
pension.
salary.
They gotta go, and
And
it
their
needs
health
they.
is their
Eh,
health insurance is
It's
covered.
included. So
So what the?
in my opinion, they are there because they have an agenda. They're getting
Well,
paid, but they have an agenda. Go ahead, Rio.
They got to keep somebody older there to keep the system of oppression in
There.
place.
You said it.
listen, Larry. How old can they possibly get? Look at Mitch McConnell. Weekend at Bernie's. They sticking him up so that
But
he can
is
stand
he
up.
with us still? Is
Look
he
at
still
Fluffy.
with us?
Yeah, they said he was leading a wobble in the rotunda last night before the State of the
You
Union.
don't stop,
I'm
Rio.
tired, don't you?
Not the
Listen,
wobble.
he's still there. Okay, he's still there. Like you said, Dumpy Pants is still there. Dumpy Pants is funny though. He came on I can't help but laugh about it. He called into to that news station.
John Barron. I mean, all the
Right.
With
black
somebody
people.
else's name, the name
Sir,
he had been using as alias for I don't know how many years,
Back when he
and
was
his
mad because
exact
he didn't.
same voice.
Back when he was mad, remember he didn't get on the Forbes.
yes.
That's when he called in. Who show
Right.
was it? Was
But
it
there,
Rush Limbaugh or something?
I
Somebody.
found 3 different occasions he called into somebody that used that same name and was taken up for
He
himself.
is a
She
whole
should
clown.
have said, sir, we know this is you.
Did you hear how she hung up on him though?
She
She was
clicked,
like,
Right.
she was
She
like,
needs to
bye.
be fired.
Baby, she was like, bye, John.
She needs to be fired.
Baby,
All
But we
right.
know
that
this
Because
was a
is
she
you.
woman.
should.
That was a woman fed up.
Right. So, real quick, ladies, did y'all see that video with the white lady on it talking about she went and cast her ballot for Tallarico? She went to go vote for Jasmine Crockett, but she ended up voting for Tallarico
Because she
because she
thought she
wanted
could win.
somebody that could win.
Girl, at the end of the day, I'm going to say this, and some people might get upset, and, oh well.
Say it.
We expect them to do exactly what they do. They don't surprise me at all. If
No.
you wanted to vote for Jasmine Crockett, you would vote for Jasmine Crockett. You don't want to vote for a black woman. Just say it. And we get
I'm
it.
gonna tell you
Well,
what I think
Of
going
course, we
on.
get it.
Jasmine said, I'm sorry, DJ, but I was listening to Jasmine talk about it, and she said the woman apparently, and Jasmine was real classy about it. She shouted her out. She said, hopefully if I make it through, you go to a ballot where my name is actually on the ballot.
She don't even live here.
She lived here. She's in Texas, but she went to I guess a location and it was a Republican ballot.
Oh girl.
And she said she asked him, well, why is Jasmine's name not on here?
Because you got a Republican ballot. These people are simple. I get simpletons.
You know what? I'm trying to figure out what's going on with that whole race. I just feel like it's more to it than meets the eye. Jasmine had to leave her position to get that money she was awarded. She'd worked on the case for years. And the case was finally solved, and she was awarded. Her client was awarded XYZ amount of money, which would have put her in a millionaire status, but she had to give up her position to receive it. Do y'all remember that?
Right. Right now she can't do it because she's in office. Now once she's no longer
in office,
proceed with it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. So I'm wondering, is this an attempt to open that gap that she needs? No, you don't think so, Kitty?
I don't think so. In my opinion, okay, this is classic. We did it to Kamala, and now we're gonna do it to Jasmine. When I am sitting back and I'm listening to so many left Dems disparage other Dems because they don't want to support a black woman. Racism is expensive. And unfortunately, that's what it comes down to. When that group of 5 or 8 decided they wanted to tell all of these people not to vote for Kamala Harris because of something she could not prevent. We don't live in Gaza. We don't live in Palestine. There's nothing that we can do. There's nothing that we as Americans can do for those people over there. We have to worry about us here. But they told and convinced so many people not to vote for Kamala Harris. And now look who's getting deported. Now look who's suffering. Well, they're doing the same thing they did to Kamala. That they're doing the same thing that they did to Kamala now to Jasmine Crockett. Because they don't want to see a black woman in office. And it's so bad that they are the Republicans are paying some of these Dems to run.
Listen, regardless of whether they want to see it or not, if they want that crap fixed, then they're gonna have to see it. All right. If they want what we're going through right now fixed, they're gonna have to see it. And trust me, a lot of them believe that because a good bit of the black Democrats who have won were black women. So somewhere along the line, the surroundings that voted those people in believe that that's what it's going to take to fix it. All right. And as far as he and she go, either you support Jazz or you not. I've had people come on my live that said that they weren't, but they didn't look like me. I've had a couple that said that they're going to support him. Well, it's my understanding that he takes AIPAC money. So why would you do that? Because you're inviting Israel right back into our politics once again. So I think it's important that we, keep pushing for Jazz. And I want it to turn out exactly the way that it should.
Right.
If she does not pull this through, I need to see her in that office. As AG, I need to see her in that office. There's a couple of people that I am determined to see. Bernard, what's Bernard's? Taylor. I want
Taylor.
to see him in that office. My boy Isaiah Martin. I need to see him in that office.
Yes.
I want to see Aguilera, Kenneth. I want to see him in that office.
Yes.
The gentleman that just left here right now, I
Scott
want to
Colom,
see them in
Mara
that
Keller.
office. If
Yes.
you want crap fixed, then you must hire the proper people that gets it done.
That's
And
it.
that's what we do. Now, if you want babies eaten, now let me stop.
Oh, no, she didn't. All right, y'all. We are coming to the edge of the show. But we got a few minutes left. DeeJay definitely with that. Go ahead and come off mute, Miss Morningstar. I gotta recover off of that one. Woo!
DeeJay was wrong.
I'm just saying,
But
depends on what you want done. You know,
facts though. This is not the time, and we say this all the time, but we are living in it. We living in hell. HELL hockey sticks. I'm just gonna say it. That's what we living in right now. We saw what is representing the United States last night. That was embarrassing. The world is looking at us. The whole world is laughing at me. Silly fool. That is what they're doing. They're laughing at us. We have been weakened. And now it's going to take everybody and a whole bunch of us to get this back. Get back on topic. Get back on track. We need Jasmine. We need voices.
We do.
Jasmine.
We're going to have her. We're going to have her, whether it's in that position or the next. Trust me, she's not going nowhere. She holds too much weight. She brings too much power. She's not going anywhere.
They're scared. That is why Hot Wheels, roll them, don't hold them, putting up $1 million to campaign against her in our primary. And that's why I have a hard time trusting that. And I don't trust them because I don't trust none of them. The Tellerico dude, because first thing I heard him, when I first heard him speak, of course, he was talking about his religion. Okay. A hint.
That has nothing to do with politics.
Has nothing to do
Why
with
are we talking about politics?
I just like to walk in the
religion,
the light of Jesus,
right?
Listen, Jesus, and all of this. He was like, I don't believe
no.
There is nothing wrong with
dog whistles.
Yes, ma'am. And there's nothing wrong with religion, but there is a separation between church and state. Don't get it crossed.
It was a dog whistle.
Right.
He was making shots at Jasmine because she is like we are. We talk louder. We speak what's on our mind. We speak with, and they sometimes confuse our passion with being aggressive.
Oh yeah, I've had a guy on my boss on my job confuse my passion with being aggressive.
Me too. He told me and he was a YT man, and he told me, well, you're a little aggressive. I said, baby, this ain't aggression. You will know aggression if you hear it. This is passion. And this is because I know what I'm talking about. And that's what scares them.
Yes. That's what I told my boss. I said, no, what the problem is right now is the tone of my voice, even though it was not loud at all, frightens you. Yeah. The tone of my voice and my knowledge of what I'm saying to you, it frightens them. You're not supposed to know those things.
No, you're not. You're supposed to just sit here and be quiet and talk when we allow you to talk. This is a whole new day, a whole new age. Like you said, we need to get these geriatrics, go and retire, enjoy your grandchildren, go on trips, do whatever you're gonna do. Let's get some young new blood in here and to go along with this, the way of the world. The world is moving forward, and we still got these geriatrics in place. No, thank you. No, thank you.
So real quick, I'll tell you why Tallarico is absolutely the wrong guy. I don't know if you guys heard about the controversy when he said he thought he was supposed to be running against a mediocre black man. Not. Oh, that was Colin Allred that said that?
No, he said he was talking about Colin.
Oh, right. So yeah, you almost threw me off. But yeah, so that means you wanted the easy way to the nomination. That tells me you're not gonna go to DC and fight like
Oh, no.
Jasmine would fight. You haven't heard Jasmine ask for an easy candidate. That woman is ready to go to DC and fight. That's why you know her so well. You don't want a guy that says, "Oh, I thought I was gonna get the easy guy." No,
No, he said, let me be clear what he said. So I need everybody to understand this. He said, I thought I was running against the mediocre black man.
He's a mole, y'all. He's a mole.
Mediocre black man.
Well, we're going to start pushing that more of selecting her over him.
Yes, he's a
We got
mole.
we've got to push, because that tells me if he is receiving APAC money, if he is making statements like the mediocre black man, he is not the candidate for us. At this point, he sounds like a mole. He sounds like something that they're putting in place that they can run from that side.
I'm telling you.
I need to go back and see what he says about these files. Is he pushing the release of these
I
files or
haven't
no?
heard him say a
I
single
haven't heard him
word.
one thing.
Oh, then let's dig in the hole. Why
He's
don't we?
well. That's why I voted for Jasmine already. Like
I
I
already
Okay,
said,
so
voted for that
I know you did.
I did, and
and
will,
did
and
yeah.
did.
Right.
last week.
I
So
didn't
So
vote for it, but I did. I donated to her.
Thank you,
yeah,
thank you, thank
yeah,
you.
he's absolutely not our guy. I
no.
mean, it sounds to me like you're not ready to go and fight for everybody, just mainly the people that look like you.
The people that pay you. The people that pay you,
And
you will
that
go
Yeah,
too,
after.
yes.
yeah, yeah.
Anywho, you guys, what a wonderful show. It we have come to the end of the road for this show, but don't worry, folks. DJ and the Real Do say you will hear them every Thursday morning on WKRA 92.7 The Change. Moving forward, we will record every Wednesday evening with DJ and the Real Do say moving forward. They have got their own political tea on the radio.
Yes.
Round of applause. I would do the applause, but Raven said don't do that. It messes up the sound. So welcome to the family. Welcome to the team, you guys.
Thank
Hey,
you. Thank you
Thank
for
you, thank you,
having
thank you.
us.
absolutely,
Thank
absolutely.
you for
So, of
having faith in us. And,
course,
thank you for giving us the opportunity to express ourselves, get our voices out there.
absolutely,
Absolutely.
we will have you guys back next week. And moving forward, this is your time slot. So before we end the show, we always give you guys your last few words. Go ahead, DJ. Ladies first, with your pretty self. Go
Okay,
ahead.
thank you. I got to try to keep up with the two of yous. Like my look, not the two of you, but the two of yous. Okay. Listen, guys, all I have to say is to uh our I can't even call him fearless leader, the guy that's squatting in our house. Just keep putting one foot in front of the other till you hit that banana peel.
Mm.
Once you hit that banana peel, I need you to do a slide and dive into that hole. We are one day closer, okay?
It's a good way to look at it. Thank you, Miss DJ, my sister. One day closer. All right, the Real Do say, Poppy. What say you?
People, please preserve your mental health. Self-preservation is what is going to get us through this stuff. Listen, you can go on these social media sites, watch videos all day of the same gruesome, gory stuff, and listen, it can affect you mentally. Like me, I don't go and watch this stuff that every day because I already know enough to know that this guy is a horrible man. But I'm more so protecting my own self, my mental health. So I'm already ready to fight. But guys, preserve your mental health. We need you.
Yeah.
That's
Absolutely.
what I
Thank you
am.
so much, Real. And I'm going to remind everybody, please check your voter registration weekly at bluevoterguide.org. Check on the candidates. Go to what is it? Real
You got it
vote.org.
backwards.
I know.
Check your registration on vote.org. Check your candidates on Blue Voter
Blue Voter
Guide.
Guide. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just keep checking. Make sure you are abreast of what's going on. It is good to be back. Miss Morningstar, I want to say a special thank you to you. You held it down, as of course I knew you would. I have all my faith in you, baby sis. And go ahead and take us home.
What a wonderful show, guys. You know what? I'm going to piggyback with DeeJay. Protect your mental health. Come through on Tuesday evenings and listen to our mental health segment. Come through to our plug starting Sundays in the evening, and we run through Thursday. We have a plethora of different shows with good information. So y'all make sure y'all come through and watch us. In the evening record, and of course Monday through Friday, y'all already know we are on the radio. But until then, y'all go out and be great. Holly Springs, Mississippi, Memphis, Tennessee, we love you. We appreciate your support. WKRA 92.7 The Change. As always, thank you for the opportunity. You guys enjoy your Thursday, because tomorrow is Friday. And you know, we like to have fun on Fridays. We get relaxed on Fridays. So y'all make sure you come back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time to enjoy your Friday before the weekend starts. Okay? We love y'all. Thank you. As we wrap up today's show, we want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in, tapping in, and staying connected to your community.
Remember, this platform exists to uplift Black-owned businesses, nonprofits, creatives, and community leaders who are doing the work that moves us forward.
Make sure you support today's guests. Share the show. Stay plugged into our plugs, because when we support each other, we all rise.
Until next time, keep believing, keep building, and keep shining. You've got this.
You've been listening to Our Plugs, the community connection where communities meet opportunity. We'll see you next time.